Now our second application of matrices is current or electric flow problem in given circuit. So this is like a example of used by electrical engineers, that how they use matrices to solve the problem occurring in the electric circuits. This problem can be discussed by using two laws. First law is called Ohm law, and by definition of Ohm law, V is equal to IR. This is current flow problem, so current is unknown. Or this can be solved by using Kirchhoff's laws. Kirchhoff's laws is Kirchhoff's first law and second law. Kirchhoff's first law is same as fundamental problem of flow, theorem of flow, or fundamental principle of flow, that sum of the current entering or leaving from a node point, from a point on a circuit is equal to 0. And second law states that sum of the voltage flowing through a loop is equal to 0. This is the summation of current. Sum of current at node mean leaving current at node is equal to entering current at a node. But this is the flowing voltage through a loop in clockwise or anti-clockwise direction in parallel or series circuits. Sum of voltage is 0. So let's start from an example that how we can convert an electric circuit into matrices form and linear equations can be formed. So let's start from very basic example. We will only convert electric circuits into matrices form. So it is your practice to solve them by using Gauss elimination method or Gauss-Jordan elimination. So our first electric circuit problem is that, as we know, electric circuit is a circuit that consists of resistors, batteries, inductors, insulators. These all are used into an electric circuit. Consider this is a current system. This is resistor of 5 ohm resistance. This is battery of 30 volt. This resistor is of 20 ohm. Battery is of 10 volt. And this resistor is of 15 volt. We have to find current flow through first loop and through second loop. There are two loops. We are going to apply firstly we will convert it into matrices form, and then we will generate from matrices a system of linear equation. That method is quite simplest and more easier than to convert electric system into system of linear equation and then to convert into matrices form. So we will start it as, these are two loops. So this is our matrix. As values of unknown are currents I1 and I2. In first loop is I1, in second loop is I2, is equal to voltage. These are values of unknown. There should be coefficient. As this will be formed 2 by 2 matrices, because we have to find two variables, so it should be 2 by 2 matrices. To form it as 2 by 2 matrices, as we know, this should be coefficient R11, R12, R21, R22, and there should be some constant. When we are finding R11, R11 is equal to sum of all resistance in first loop, and R22 is sum of all resistance in second loop. In first loop, resistance is 5 plus 20 is equal to 25. In second, resistance is 20 plus 15 is equal to 35. So we have find R11, R22. Now we are finding R21 and R12. R12 and R21 are opposite to each other. So in this, we will take that resistance that is common in both first loop and second loop, or second loop or first loop and first loop. So there is only one resistance common between first loop and second loop. So we will take it minus 20, negative 20. The interchange will be R12, if it is 3 by 3 matrix, then R12, R13 or R23 will be negative sign. It should be rule. Now, replace it here. We will get matrix as R11 25, R22 35, R12 minus 20, R21 minus 20. Unknowns are I1 and I2 currents. And there is total voltage in first loop and in second loop. In first loop, there should be clear that what is the direction of current. In first loop, there are two batteries attached. So total voltage of first loop should be sum of this and this. This is clockwise direction from negative to positive. So total voltage for loop 1 is summation of V is equal to 10, and this is also from negative to positive. 10 plus 30 is equal to 40. Loop 1 के लिए sum of voltage is 40. When we are talking about loop 2, there is only one voltage, and when we move it into clockwise direction, this is positive to negative, so this will be minus 10. Now this is the matrix form of the equation, so we can solve it either by using simple, because this is 2 by 2 matrix, we can solve it by inversion formula, A inverse B, or by using Gauss elimination method or Gauss-Jordan elimination method. That will be formed by applying row operation. Now let's move towards the third problem. And this third problem states that if there is third problem like that, there are 3 loops in the circuit, so formed matrices will be 3 by 3 matrix. Values of unknown that we are going to find is I1, I2, I3. This is R11, 12, 13. Oh, R11, 22, 33. R12, R13. R23, R31, R32, R21. And this right hand side will be voltage, sum of voltage in circuit first, in circuit second, and in circuit third. When there is no mention what is negative and what is positive, then the small bar represent negative and larger represent positive. So it should be clear that if it is not given, then this is obvious that small line shows negative pole of the battery and large line shows positive pole of the battery. Firstly, total voltage in first is 30. In second circuit, there is only one battery is attached. As we are moving in clockwise direction, this is from positive to negative, this is minus 30. In second circuit, there is only one battery attached, that is from positive to negative, so this is minus 3. And when we are talking about third, there are two batteries attached, so voltage is negative to positive plus 3. लूप 3 के लिए सम ऑफ वोल्टेज इज इक्वल टू नेगेटिव टू पॉजिटिव 3 and from negative to positive is 20, that is equal to 23 volt. Okay, now we are going to find coefficient matrix first. So for R11 is equal to sum of resistance in first, R22 is equal to sum of resistance in second loop, and R33 is equal to sum of resistance in third loop. So for first loop, sum of resistance is 4 plus 4, 8 plus 3, 11. For R22, there are 4 resistors attached, 3, 4, 5, 6. For third loop, there are 3 resistors attached, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, that is 3. So diagonal elements are 11, 6, 3. This is minus 30, minus 3, and 23. Unknowns are I1, I2, and I3. Now we are talking about R12 is equal to R21. R13 will be equal to R31. And R23 will be equal to R32. Means remaining are 6. 1, 2 will be 2, 1, 1, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2. And all will be with the negative sign. So let's start is, which resistance is common between one loop and second loop, or second loop and one loop? Between first loop and second loop, only one resistance is common, that is 3 ohm. This will be minus 3. Between second and third loop, one resistance is common, that is 1. We will write it minus 1. But between third and first loop, there is no resistance common. So this will be 0. 0 is neutral, neither positive nor negative. So now replace R1213 by minus 3, minus 3. 1, 3 and 3 by minus 1, minus 1. And 2, 3 by 3, 2 and 0, 0. This is the matrix form. Now we can solve it by using Gauss elimination method or Gauss-Jordan mesh. Similarly, we will discuss 2 more circuits. And we will form matrices for them. Suppose that for question 3, For question 3, if the circuit is like that, there is batteries attached, there is one resistance, now here are the 3 loops and we have to find I1, I2 and I3 in clockwise direction, where values of different resistors is given as this battery is of 40 voltage and this is of 16 voltage. Now as there are 3 loops, so found matrix will be of 3 by 3. So we will write it as 3 by 3 matrices with 3 unknowns I1, I2, I3. Diagonal R11, 22, 33. R12, R21. R13, R31. R23, R32 is equal to sum of voltage in first, second and third. Firstly, what is sum of voltage in first? In first voltage is 16. In second voltage is 40. In third there is no battery attached, so voltage is 0. So we will write it 16, 40 and 0. Now we are going to firstly find diagonal elements. At diagonal is equal to sum of all resistance in first loop. Second diagonal sum of all resistance at second, and sum of all resistance in third loop. These are loops, number of loops. When we are talking about first loop, sum of resistance is 4 plus 2, 6. For second is 2 plus 8, 10. 6, 10 and 18. 6, 10 and 18. So put diagonal elements 6, 10, 18. Unknowns are I1, I2, I3. And here is 16, 40, 0. Now R12 is equal to R21 with negative sign. R13 is equal to R31 with negative sign. R23 is equal to R32 with negative sign. Resistance common between first and second loop, first and third loop, second and third loop. So resistance common between first and second loop is 2. First and third is 4. First and second is 2. First and third is 4. And between second and third is 8. So that is 8. Common between second and third. 4 is common between first and third. And 2 is common between 1 and 2. So this is minus 8. Now put values. 1, 2, 2, 1, minus 2, minus 2, minus 4, minus 4, minus 8, minus 8. By multiplying this matrices form, you can make system of linear equations. Now we move toward fourth electric circuit problem. That is very important and known as Wheatstone bridge circuit of electricity. This circuit is a battery is attached. Okay. This is the shape of Wheatstone bridge. Battery is of 100 voltage. This is 10 ohm resistance. This is 20 ohm resistance. This is 30 ohm resistance. 5 ohm resistance. This is also 5. This is loop 1, loop 2. This is loop 3. Now, to form matrices, these are 3 loops, so will be 3 by 3 matrices. 3 are unknowns and 3 will be total voltage. There will be sum of voltage, total voltage. There will be current I1, I2, I3. Firstly, sum of voltage in first loop. One battery is attached, voltage is 100. In second loop, no battery is attached. This is second loop. No battery is attached, 0. In third loop, no battery is attached. This is 0. Now we are going to find diagonal entries and then upper and below diagonal entries. So, as we know, R11 first diagonal entry is sum of all resistance in first loop, sum of all resistance in second loop, sum of all resistance in third loop. Sum of resistance in first loop. First loop there are 2 resistance that are 20 because first loop is moving toward this at this point and moving toward that battery again. So 20 and 10 is equal to 30 ohm. For second loop, there are 3 resistors attached. 20 plus 30 plus 5 is equal to 55. For third loop, 3 are attached. 10 plus 5 plus 5 is equal to 20. Now, R12 will be equal to R21. R13 will be equal to R31 and R23 will be equal to R32, but with the negative sign. Which resistance is common between first and second loop? Between first and second loop, 20. Between first and third loop is 10. Between second and third loop is 5. So put these values into matrices. We will get diagonal is 30, 55, 20, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2. These are currents that are unknown, we have to find. And here are constant 100, 0, 0. This is the Wheatstone bridge. This Wheatstone bridge is very important. It should be clear that there will be given another Wheatstone bridge with the same shape, but values could be differ. Any will be 1, 5, 7 ohm. Our battery could be of 40 voltage it is not dependent that in all cases it would be with the same resistance, but shape of Wheatstone bridge will be like that. Now for practice, there is question 5, and it states that if a battery is attached from negative to positive, this is first loop, and here we are talking about second loop with different values are given. This is 80 volt, this is 90 volt, current direction is clockwise. In some cases current direction could be anti-clockwise. 20 ohm, 10 ohm, this is also 10 ohm, this is 15 ohm. You have to construct matrices for this given electrical circuit and then solve by using matrices, either Gauss elimination method or Gauss-Jordan method. And that's all about today's lecture.